Hi, guys. I'm Marshall Bircher, and if you don't know me, I am a mentor to narcissistic abuse survivors. I help them take back their life from that abuse and rediscover love, prosperity, and happiness in their life. Now, I help them accomplish this through an 8-week boot camp I call Being You Brilliantly. What makes this boot camp effective are three specific pillars that I take them through. And pillar number one is about hearing you. This is where I train you to hear your voice instead of absorbing other people's voices. I train you to hear your energy, to tune into you and what you want and what you don't want, rather than absorbing other people's expectations. And what this leads to is an instinctive experience where you're hearing your voice over others and you get a chance to occupy your space and be you, rather than absorbing them and absorbing their problems and fixing them. Instead, you get to be rooted in you. Which leads us to pillar number two. Pillar number two is being rooted. This is where I train you to keep yourself when dealing with others. This is where you get to be you without having to give yourself up to keep someone. Instead, you get to be you and you get to keep the love. You get to keep the relationship, the friendship. You get to keep yourself while being loved and seen and making your own choices and doing you because you are rooted in you. You're not absorbing them. And this leads us to pillar number three, which is choose and receive. This is where I train you how to receive and keep the things you want in your life. That can be relationships, that can be items, that could be jobs, that could be a business, that could be your emotions, that could be your identity, your sanity. I train you how to receive that, how to keep that. And so that you arrive in life, you can go into life like a kid in a candy shop, getting what you want, rather than having to tolerate painful relationships, toxic relationships, deficient relationships or jobs, or having to just put up with things that don't really serve your happiness or your brilliance. So instead, you get to live your brand of happiness because you're choosing and receiving people, places, and things that really fulfill you without having to give yourself up, without having to change you, but with actually keeping yourself. It's a product of who you are. I call that your brilliance. So this is the three-pillar strategy that I take my clients through that take your life back from that abuse and give you your brand of happiness with ease and with joy. So some people ask me, when we're going through this, they ask me, why work with you, Marshall? Why should I work with you? And I've got two very specific reasons for you. Number one, I've been where you're at. I know what it's like to exit a narcissistic relationship and feel completely empty, to feel like you don't exist, that you're invisible. I know how difficult it is to start dealing with the shame, with the anxiety, with the loneliness that shows up with the discard that they put us through. And I know how to get out of it, and I know how to connect you, to your brilliance, to your being, through those three pillars. That's where your life makes a radical change, where you start having the love, the relationships, the prosperity, the experiences that are fulfilling and exciting to you. I know how to do that because I have walked that mountain. I know what it's like to climb the cliff. I know how to deal with the crazy bear that's just around the corner. I know how to deal with the loneliness that shows up in the wilderness, and I know what's coming for you when you finally summit. And you will. You'll actually summit quicker than you think you will because I've got the way up the mountain for you. Okay? Reason number two are client results. Okay? I've been at this for 10 and a half years. I've worked with hundreds of people one-on-one all over the world and several thousand within groups. And over 90% of them have succeeded in accomplishing this for themselves. 90%. Now let's talk about that 10% that didn't make it through. They didn't make it through for one very specific reason. And this is kind of the magic of what I teach. Those who do the work get the results. That 10% didn't do the work. So they didn't get the results. That's the beauty of this. I'm training you how to change your life so that you can get results, even independent of me. You can go out there and have a life of happiness, of love, of peace, of safety, of embodying yourself so you're not empty and lonely anymore. Instead, you're enjoying relationships that matter to you, experiences that fulfill you. You're having a life that you want to live. So now I have a question for you. Is this what you want? Is this what you want for yourself? Do you want this for you? If so, reach out. Let's talk, and we'll get you into the brilliance of being you. Thank you. Bye-bye. So that's my script so far. So let me know how that went. And I appreciate you guys' time and the feedback.